I've been learning languages for a long time, and I've met hundreds of millions of language learners both online and in person. And I've noticed that there are quite a few stereotypical types of language learners in this community. So today, I'm going to explain some of those types of people so that you can find out which one you or your friends are. And at the end of the video, I'll explain which one I think I am. So without further ado, Los Gates.
The consumer.
If you're the consumer, you watch content about language learning all day instead of actually learning languages. You know exactly how to study, and now's a great time to start, but holy shit, a polyglot just dropped a video on how to learn a language! I wonder if he'll say anything new. Probably fucking not. You start salivating when you see that a new "Am I fluent after X number of days of Duolingo?" video comes out, even though you've seen 50 of these and know the answer is no. Get off YouTube. I lose money telling you to get off YouTube, but I want you to win, buddy, so go out there and start learning.
The doomer.
If you're the doomer, language learning depresses you. You look at all these polyglots online speaking and learning multiple languages, and your immediate reaction is, I'm cooked. You say, I couldn't sound like him, I couldn't memorize words like him, and I sure as heck couldn't be as attractive as him. You picked a difficult language like Korean just to punish yourself, and you'd love to practice speaking it with a Korean, but you don't think you're worth being talked to. Listen man, it's not that deep. I hate seeing people get all worked up about this. It's a fun hobby, and if it helps anyone, I'm a total dumbass and I've learned quite a few languages.
The coomer.
If you're the coomer, you only learn languages to rizz up dudes. You either learn notoriously attractive languages like Hungarian, German, or Dutch to impress your grinder date at Applebee's, or you learn a language because you really want to date a man of a certain ethnicity and go start a life with him abroad. When you finally meet your mail-order husband, you wake up in a bathtub the next morning without your spleen, which is coincidentally where foreign languages are stored. So ultimately, you remain a monolingual beta.
The boomer.
If you're the boomer, you're a little stuck in the past. You think there's no other way to learn a language than moving to a country where it's spoken or crazy structured classes at some prestigious school or something. You don't even have to be old to be the boomer. I see young people all the time who believe ancient wisdom about language learning that's super outdated. Nowadays, you can just watch videos, listen to podcasts, and talk online. Things are easier and resources are endless. But you stick to really traditional academic methods, which isn't necessarily bad, but after your intensive course, you have no idea how to speak naturally and you know no slang.
The womber.
If you're the womber, you got really lucky with your spawn location and you came out of the womb pre-installed with at least 3 languages. Your mom is from Iran and your dad is from Vatican City, so you speak Persian and Italian natively, but you were born in Honduras, so you're also a native Mexican speaker. And the worst part is, if you're a womber, I doubt you actually recognize your privilege and you're probably ungrateful.
The zoomer.
If you're the zoomer, you learn your languages exclusively from short-form content and memes, mainly on TikTok. Your Italian stops at Tung Tung Sahur. Your German is just Meine Mama hat mir einfach erlaubt, dass ich Cola trinken darf. Wie cool ist das bitte? Yippee! And your Vietnamese consists mainly of Say foot dem gabaing la and mir MC thing.
The native shocker.
If you're the native shocker, you love making people happy by speaking to them in their language. You're primarily motivated by spreading love and positivity, so you learn phrases in a bunch of different languages, or you get super good at a few so you can make people's days and share some laughs. Maybe you married into a family who speaks a different lingo and you want to impress your in-laws, or you live in a community with other language speakers, or you travel to different places to spread linguistic joy.
The YouTuber.
If you're the YouTuber, you're the native shocker, but you've tainted the art of spreading positivity in order to fill your pockets. You're armed with a GoPro and you film shocking people without their consent, and you make millions of dollars selling courses teaching common folk how to become native shockers. It's sorta a pyramid scheme in a way. Your camera doubles as a weapon, scaring NPCs into giving you a reaction so they don't get labeled a Karen by the internet. You're very similar to the creators who do kindness content, giving hundreds of fatty burgers to the homeless, but instead you spread the joy of butchered grammar. I get it. If I was in Nepal and someone walked up to me filming and said, I'd like to pay with my credit card, I'd feel obligated to do a backflip. Then I'd hit a double back tuck and a front aerial before evaporating into the clouds above.
As a YouTuber myself, this is the part of the video where I scam you with some hot bullshit product. But my product isn't bullshit because I'm selling you my bathwater in a used jar of peanut butter. Just kidding, my product is not nut butter. It's the Hyper Polyglot Handbook, where I break down my unique method of how I learned 5, 6, 7, skip a few, 100,000 or something like that different languages. If you're curious about my levels in the languages I speak, click the link in the description and watch this video by this handsome gentleman who got thousands of people together to analyze my levels in languages. I'm confident that you'll be impressed with my abilities. And right now, only the first 100 people are gonna get 35% off the Hyper Polyglot Handbook at languagesimp.com. At the time of filming, that's a discount of over 180,000 dong. That's the biggest discount I've done up to this point. I'll do something similar maybe for Orthodox Christmas or something, but nothing's guaranteed. Languagesimp.com, first 100 people, 35% off, link in the description. Arrivederci.
The beta.
If you're the beta, you're not even 1 year old. You were born in 2025, and you're a pioneer in Gen Beta. Right now, you're coasting through your language learning, just listening to your two dads argue about who's gonna do the dishes, and you watch a lot of cartoons. So you're comprehensible input maxing, but really, you should consider focusing a bit more on output. My method revolves around speaking from day one, and you've already blown it, dude, so start talking.
The normie.
If you're the normie, you're probably new to language learning, so all you use is Luodingo. You think it's the only possible way to learn a language, and you feel like a sophisticated cultural academic when you tell people you're learning Spanish. You most likely have a job. You love streaking, and you think you're making progress, but you're really just repeatedly clicking on pictures of apples and cats.
The Greenpilled Goblin.
If you're the Greenpilled Goblin, you're cracked at Luodingo. You are so good at clicking on pictures of apples and cats. In fact, you could click on pictures of apples and cats in any language. You're addicted to Luodingo, and you've climbed all the way to the Diamond League on your phone and on the burner phone you cheat on your wife with. You try to recruit everyone you know to drink the Kool-Aid, download the Green Bird app, and join your family plan.
The cheater.
If you're the cheater, you learn way too many languages at the same time. You claimed you were gonna concentrate on just learning Spanish this year, but a few months in and you're cheating on Spanish with other languages. On the side, you're learning spicy Spanish, flamboyant Spanish, romantic Spanish, exotic Spanish, Asian Spanish, and Twi. So obviously you aren't making much progress in any of them. This proclivity to not stick to one thing affects you in other areas of your life. After years of cheating on your poor wife, you pressured her into opening up the marriage, and now you spend more time with guys from the gym than you do with the woman you dedicated your soul to.
The Deadlanger.
If you're the Deadlanger, you're studying Latin, Ancient Phoenician, Old Norse, or some other language that's been dead and gone for hundreds, if not thousands of years. You're a bit delusional and in a constant mental battle with yourself. There's a voice in your head saying, "Stop learning Latin, bro, it's been thousands of years, no one's gonna speak with you," which torments you. But after a few minutes of copium, reminding yourself of the few niche reasons Latin could be worth your time, you're again happy with your decision because you know what a medulla oblongata is, and you can decipher the scientific name of an oak tree. Also, screw it, you don't care if there's no one to talk to. You're an intellectual Chad who likes history.
The Conlanger.
If you're the Conlanger, you're a Chad who gets all the ladies. You don't have time for all these BS real languages that normie betas speak and learn. You're more attracted to lab-grown languages that were designed, like Esperanto, Tokipona, and German. You're probably quite good at learning languages, and if you're a real Chad, I bet you've tried making your own Conlang. You should consider making a cult out of your Conlang. You could have loyal followers who worship you. Think about that one for a minute.
The Studymaxxer.
If you're the Studymaxxer, you focus more time on organizing your studies than you do actually studying. You've got whiteboards with plans, calendars, organized notebooks, and highlighters with different colors for different types of words. You won't shut up about the Pomodoro-ass Pomeranian method as well as neuroplasticity. You're probably popular on Pinterest or Tumblr because you're obsessed with the aesthetic of being a studious intellectual language learner who has every step of the process mapped out. But you haven't even really started. You're just color-coding everything.
The Robomaxxer.
If you're the Robomaxxer, you've completely sacrificed your routine to AI. You purchase and use every new AI language learning tool, and you only practice speaking to robots, which admittedly is making you progress rather quickly. But you lost the plot entirely. The whole fucking point of language learning was to speak with people. Real people. Stop dating AI Ethiopian women. Speak Amharic to real people and stop being a loser. One day I'm gonna hack your Neuralink and make you speak French. Ein.
The Tweaker.
If you're the tweaker, you're overwhelmed by everything. Do I study grammar or vocab? Which method do I use? Do I get a tutor, a class, an app, or flashcards? Or should I get into gambling? Which language should I even learn? I live in the USA, so I must learn Mexican. But wait, my favorite language is Igbo, maybe that. But wait, the CCP is gonna take over the world, so I might as well get started with Mandarin. Orange farming, since China produces the most of them in the world, and I guess then I could learn Cantonese for fun. The liar. If you're the liar, you claim to be fluent in a bunch of languages, but in reality, you suck at them. You often lie about being really good at niche and rare languages so that no one can judge you on them. When you finally run into a native of the endangered Anus language of Indonesia, you panic, take off all your clothes, and run into the street while having a mental breakdown. And if you claim to speak one of my languages and then you hit me with a bunch of excuses as to why you can't speak it with me right now, I'm gonna hit you with a what the fuck?
The scholar.
If you're the scholar, you're majoring in a language in college, or as non-freedom lovers say, uni. However, you only care about passing the tests and getting a good grade, so you suck at the language. You half-ass everything as you're just trying to make your two moms proud by getting a degree. Stop playing League all day and actually start speaking the language. It's gonna be hella embarrassing to have a degree in a lingo you can't even speak, but I see this happen all the time.
The Yapper.
If you're the yapper, you just don't shut up. You love speaking foreign languages, and I get it, it's the best part for me too. But you talk so much that you forget to listen. It's like you have rocks stuck in your ears. You're mostly understandable, but you have the most unnatural, bizarre accent in your target language, and your grammar is non-existent. You listen so little that you don't even hear corrections when native speakers give you them, so you continue to make the same mistakes 100 million times.
The shit poster.
If you're the shit poster, you're not even serious about wanting to learn languages. You lurk around language learning spaces trying to get everyone to learn Uzbek, or in rare cases, Turkmen, and sometimes North Korean. It was funny the first 100 fucking times you told me to learn Uzbek, but now it's a little stale. Plus it's outdated. Shavkat Mirziyoyev is dropping Uzbek 2, the sequel to the Uzbek language, at midnight tonight, you dingbat. Start hoarding SpaghettiOs and potable water to get ready.
The Ankimaxxer.
If you're the Ankimaxxer, you're obsessed with flashcards, and 99% of your language learning time goes to making depictive markings on white rectangles, typically in a digital form. Your vocab is absolutely cracked, and if someone asks you how to say a random word like lemur in your target language, you'll name every type of lemur that hypothetically could even theoretically exist. However, you can't express yourself at a second grade level, nor could you understand a simple conversation. Go play Yu-Gi-Oh or some shit.
The Cursemaxxer.
If you're the Cursemaxxer, you only learn swear words in your target language, which, let's be honest, is most likely Russian. You think you're so funny, and maybe you were a little bit at the start, but come on man, learn something new. We already know you can say yebait suka, but let's try to have a real conversation now.
The Eggshell Walker.
If you're the Eggshell Walker, you walk on metaphoric eggshells not to offend people when you speak foreign languages. You sound like a moron in your target language because you think it's racist to pronounce things correctly and try to imitate a native speaker. Your Spanish has caused real Guatemalans to go deaf because it sounds like hola, me llamo Josh, yo gusto el Spanish. Your Chinese, responsible for the death of dozens of Chinese natives, is a crime against humanity. But hey, at least no one thinks you're racist.
The Listener.
If you're the listener, you're so shy that you never speak in your target language, but you get so much listening input over a long period of time that you understand it perfectly. There's nothing wrong with this, but I hope you realize one day that it's okay to make mistakes and it's cool to have an accent, and anyone worth talking to is not going to judge you when you try to speak their language. Remember, words can't hurt you, so don't let anyone stop you from experiencing the joy of speaking a foreign language. In fact, nothing can hurt you. You're invincible. You're immortal. You can fly.
The Phonetics Nerd.
If you're the Phonetics Nerd, you never learn anything in your target language because you're too busy memorizing IPA and standing in the mirror trying to make your tongue curl upside down and come out your ear. Your tongue is jacked from all the shenanigans you practice trying to sound native, but there's not much real knowledge in that brain of yours. You think the only valid way to speak a language is exactly like a native, indistinguishable from perfect native-like pronunciation, otherwise you should cut your mouth off. If I came to you crying, grieving the death of a loved one, instead of comforting me, you'd probably analyze the sound of my tears and critique the reverse testicular rolled tap flap noises coming from my eyes.
The Genuine Polyglot.
If you're the Genuine Polyglot, you're very humble and you don't brag about your languages. You undersell your abilities in all of them, and you have genuine fun with this marvelous hobby while repeatedly seeing success. Okay, which one do I think I am? I think I show elements of the Cursemaxxer, shitposter, yapper, and cheater, but I like to think of myself as the Genuine Polyglot. And which one are you, brother? Tell me which one you are in the comments. Go invest in your language learning journey today before the monolingual betas that run this world ban this book.